Okay, this is a very quick video to run through the advanced training system. This assumes that you know how IET works, so I just want to show you how the website works, how the whole thing works in 5 minutes or less. We'll go through to training, which brings you to the main screen, and then you see a list of schools. Schools are just simply groups for courses, so AMFOR holds all of the Army forces roles, so that's all we're really going to be concerned with right now. Inside the school you see a bunch of blocks, and it's basically all the in-game roles grouped by logical relationships, so fireteam roles, squad roles, etc. We've only really released the fireteam roles to begin with, so that's what's listed there. To the right of it you'll see a little box. This orange one means that you've not fully unlocked that role yet, but you've probably got it in progress, and it's all explained in this little tooltips. This green one here means I'm fully qualified, and these red ones over here just mean I'm not qualified and or that role is not yet available. So I'm going to click on Automatic Rifleman, and you can see on the overview that on the right hand side you can see my status, so my application has been accepted but I've not started it. Any prerequisites, so roles that require this role, roles that are required to be complete before you start this role, and then below that is roles that require this role. If you haven't already started this course, there'll be a button below this here where it says My Actions for you to be able to join it. And then below that we've got My Progress, so you've got your entry checks, which is basically an instructor making sure you have all the requirements for the course, and then your procedures and your challenges. I'll come back to the tiering system in a minute. Okay, click on SOP. Just like a basic training, you've got a list of all these SOPs relating to the role. So if you don't know, for example, about terminal ballistics, which is one of the SOP blocks on this, you can click on this little document icon and everything you need to know is explained there, so it's all in bite-sized pieces. On the left I'll go to challenges, and unlike basic training, advanced training is all about challenges. So you don't have to prove that you know the SOP, you just have to be able to complete these challenges successfully. Each challenge is related to the role in general, so with automatic rifleman most of these are range-based challenges, and again if you click on the SOP block it explains to you exactly what the challenge is and how long it takes. This challenge takes 1 minute 30 seconds. I think in total the 3 challenges for automatic rifleman take less than 10 minutes together. So advanced training is really quick and easy. It looks complicated when you're looking at all these checks and stuff, but it's there just to make sure everyone knows what they're doing, and obviously that we can monitor the in-game experience. So the SOP is less important for the advanced trainings because your instructor will mark everything is complete if you've completed all 3 challenges. But what it is a function for us to come back to in the future if somebody slips, and be able to mark them down for it so that we can keep a realistic expectation of where everyone's at in game. So that explains to you about advanced training, how you can obviously rank up on it. To apply to an advanced training, all you need to do, as I said before, is go to the training area of the site, select the school, which in this case is going to be AMFOR, select the role you're interested in, let's say anti-tank rifleman light, and then to the right where it says My Actions you'll have a button to request it. To keep a track of all your training, you can click on the menu at the top, go to My Dossier, which will take you to your profile, click on Training Record on the left hand side, and you'll see a list of all the trainings that you're active on, and then another box below with anything you've requested that's not been approved yet. And so for all of my active trainings you can see how I've done my entry checks, how my SOP is, and how my challenges are, and 3 greens is a green, which means that role's unlocked. So anywhere you haven't got 3 greens means the role's locked. And that brings me very swiftly onto the tier system, which I'll briefly show you now. So let's look at Assistant Automatic Rifleman, which is a qualification I've completed. And when I look at the qualification, you can see that it says I'm eligible for re-tiering in 3 months. And what that means is that I'm currently tier 1, and if in 3 months' time I've done 25 hours in this role, which is unlikely for me, but this applies to all roles, then basically this challenge, the final challenge on this course, will expire in 3 months. And that's sort of how the tiering system works. So at least one of the challenges on all courses will expire, and when it expires after 3 months, which is the tier 1 expiry, you'll do it one more time. Again, the third challenge on automatic rifleman, for example, takes 2 minutes, so it's not a lot of work. You'll become a tier 2 automatic rifleman or assistant automatic rifleman, or whatever that role is. So it effectively allows you to tier up inside roles. You can find your operational hours by going to the deployment record screen on the right hand side, and you can see all your roles and how many operational hours you have. And so this is a way of us being able to rank people up inside specific roles. So some like me that often is a fire team leader or a squad leader, you're not going to see me ranking up in automatic rifleman, but there might be a guy that always plays automatic rifleman and you're like become a tier 3 automatic rifleman, for example. And so tiering changes. So after tier 1, which is 3 months, tier 2 is 6 months, and then tier 3 is a year, and all tiers after tier 3 are a year. And they also have a set number of hour requirements. And you'll be able to see tiering in the long run by going to operations and then on an ORBAT. When you look at the roles on an ORBAT, for example, if I was a fire team, sorry, if Scully was a fire team leader tier 2, it would say fire team leader there, and then tier 2 to the right. So I hope that has explained as much as I can about the advanced training system, at least enough to get you going. All you need to do now to get involved with one is pick one that you want to do, apply to it, and then just start pestering an instructor, and they'll be happy to go through it with you. Most of these will be done post-operation or in-game, and we're working on a training map now to roll it out. And over the next couple of weeks, you'll see all the new courses coming out for squad roles, advanced infantry, cavalry attachments, and so on. If you have any questions, just mention the training staff on Discord, and they'll be happy to help.